Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 6 of the GVGCast. It's Friday, hell yeah, and we're here to kick back, chat about stuff, chat about games, what we've been playing, some of the news this week, and just overall have a good time. And of course, as always, I'm joined by my wonderful friend and GVG co-founders, Derek Bittner and Steve Bowling. Guys, how's it going?
Good.
Yeah, it's Friday.
It's been a week.
Yeah.
It really feels like it, but making progress, getting through things. I feel like I don't have much to update because it's the getting through each week and just slowly chipping away at my project.
Yeah.
Derek's magnum opus is taking a while. Real quick, I want to shout out our friends at Nintendo Force Magazine who are in the chat because this arrived today. I literally got this today.
Nice. I got that like last week. It was awesome.
Yeah. Thank you guys so much for sending that over. I'm going to read it as soon as this is over. But
how can you not love Kirby?
Yeah. Oh God, I'm so excited to play that game, y'all. I played it. I played the demo in couch co-op finally. For those of you that remember last episode of GVG Cast, Nick was on as a guest from my kitchen. And after that, I sat him down and I was just like, hey, I need to play this with you before you leave because I'll never get a chance to play Kirby co-op with someone who knows how to play games for a while.
Right. So, no, I actually I got that that issue of Nintendo Force right before I went to Vegas last week. And as you can imagine, I was the coolest guy in the casino because the buddies I went with, they were playing poker for a little while, and that's not my jam. So I was just waiting till they were done, then we'd go do something else. And so I was just sitting at a nearby chair, at a nearby slot machine, reading the magazine. I was the coolest guy in that casino, clearly, obviously. Just reading my Nintendo magazine. And so that was a lot of fun. And by the way, thank you guys for handling last week's episode. As you all know, I was in Vegas last week with some friends and had a blast. So I super appreciate you guys, standing in for me.
Yeah.
Of course, anytime.
Yeah. Before we get too far in, we do, as always, have a sponsor for today's episode, and that is our good friend, The Game Orb. The Game Orb is a YouTube channel that brings commentary and gameplay footage from the Nintendo Switch and Xbox Series X gaming systems, with games like Super Mario 3D All-Stars, Splatoon 2, and Sonic Colors Ultimate, as well as Mario Party Superstars being featured on the channel. So be sure to check out their awesome content and subscribe to The Game Orb at the link in the description. And I'm also going to post it in our YouTube chat right now, as always. And so while I do that, what have you guys been playing lately?
I've been playing Operation. I'm just jumping right in.
Right.
I think it's time to tell about that story.
So between the last
during the stream today, so
between Derek hyped up me damaging myself, but between the last episode of GVG Cast and today, I sliced off a piece of my anatomy.
No!
Which is to say, a piece of my finger. Not anything more substantial than that. But don't be fooled. That hurts like a lot. Mm-hmm. It's not a good idea. Basically, and of course, I had a friend over. We were all gathered around the table, Nick and Linda and me, and we were eating pizza. And I've never seen these before, but apparently some pizza places put the red peppers in like little plastic bags, and they're supposed to be perforated like most condiment pouches are, and mine wasn't. And I was like, oh, no big deal. I'll just go to the kitchen and grab a knife. And I held it like this, like I pinched the top of it, which is objectively a bad idea. And so I took like a steak knife and I just shoved it through the top of the bag without thinking about the finger that was on the other side of the bag.
Oh, no.
And the knife went through the finger and the finger went everywhere.
Everywhere? God.
Like so I was surprised at the amount of clarity I had in that moment. I was like, there is going to be blood and it will be everywhere. I should run. And I like ran to the bathroom. And as soon as I got into the bathroom, I mean, it was like you would swear Scorpion and Sub-Zero were fighting in there. It was just spraying blood. I was like, how much blood can come out of a human index finger? It turns out a lot. Like a whole lot.
I don't have personal experience through this, but I've seen a friend who have to go through it. And it's... Mm-hmm. There's a lot of blood in the human hand. It's amazing.
Like I was so surprised.
Yeah. That does remind me. I as a kid, I cut my thumb really badly on a can opener, and I still have the scar from it. And I remember that day when I went to my mom and my for help because I was a kid, and my hand was just covered in blood just from my thumb. So yeah, and that wasn't nearly as severe as what you did, Steve. So I can only imagine.
Yeah, the thing that shocked me was none of my friends noticed that this happened. Like they were like giving me shit about it. They're like, "Hey man, you fall in there," and I was like,
Oh,
"I'm just losing a lot of blood."
Oh God!
So I'm like,
I'm
fortunately
so concerned about you.
in some weird
Jeez.
serendipitous I think moms have a special section of their brain that operates on a different frequency, because my mom, when she was visiting, she bought me this awesome first aid kit, and she's like, I don't know why, but you'll probably need it, you have kids. Turns out my kids are fine, I need it. Because I managed eventually to bandage myself up and tape the finger to where it was in one piece-ish. and it's healing slowly, but it's healing, and I'll be fine. But yeah, my mom was oddly
Jeez.
she has ESP or something, because she just knew that her son was going to destroy him. Her I'm accident prone, but not usually that stupid.
Well, did you
My
go to the
son's-
hospital or
son's
anything?
Just dumb enough to do this.
So I mean, without getting too into the weeds or into detail, because some people are already kind of getting grossed out. There was no need to reattach anything. So
Okay,
they,
that's good. That's good.
it was hanging, but it was I showed it to my mom, who used to work in a doctor's office, and she's like, you could go get stitches, but you'd probably be fine if you just taped it up and let it heal on its own. And I was like, but it looks terrifying. And she's like, yeah, I know, it's really gross. You did a wonderful job. She's
Yeah.
like, you should probably be more careful. I was
Oh,
like, thanks,
man.
Mom.
Yeah.
Oh, it's
I
Good
wasn't
advice.
aware that I shouldn't stab myself with a knife.
yeah.
Yeah.
You needed to teach her. She needed to teach you that lesson.
Oh man.
The closest I ever got to that was every year. My friends and I go to the Outer Banks for just a week to just mainly hang out, drink, it's a get together again, and we go all out with cooking and all that stuff. And one of the nights we were having champagne, and one of my friends decided to get fancy with it by taking a knife and doing the whole from the end.
Oh,
send the
whoa.
cork out
I know where
flying.
this is going, and
I don't like it.
Flying.
Yep.
And the way it was situated, because we were filming it too, so we could actually go back through and see it happen in slow motion. It was fun. You gotta love those camera phones. He did it, but the way it caught, the end of the bottle shattered,
Oh no.
broke off, not just
Oh,
the
no.
end bit, and just basically slid back and nicked him in the finger right here.
Oh,
Blood just started going
God.
down. We wrapped him up quick. Amy was there, so we got every getting together. Now the problem with doing that is at the Outer Banks, we are very far away from that, so we are literally
you're isolated.
wrapping paper towels around him to make sure he didn't cut anything too crazy. Because again, kind of close to this, you don't want to cut this.
Oh yeah, that's for sure. God.
And so we half the house drove him to the place to get all fixed up, because he was definitely feeling a little woozy, and the other half stayed behind to clean up all the blood.
Oh man.
So
Wow.
that was something.
Fortunately, I don't have any stories over on my end of sustaining any serious injuries recently. Well, actually, I do. Kinda, but not of the bloodletting type, at least. I did take a nasty spill while I was in Vegas and rolled both my ankles, actually. So that was fun. But it's actually, they're healing faster than I expected. I was in a lot of pain in Vegas trying to walk, and when I got home, but I'm actually doing a bit better, a bit faster than I thought, but no bloodletting, thankfully. However, Steve, a few episodes ago, you told us a really wild Vegas story about a Kiss-themed wedding you had to go to.
Yes.
And I have come back from Vegas with a new weird story as well, significantly more disturbing, I think, than yours. But so this is, I can't believe this happened. So my buddy and I were walking around Vegas, having a couple drinks, as you do in Vegas. And the reason we were there is because he's a big UCLA Bruins fan. He goes for March Madness, and I just go to hang out with him when he's not at the basketball games, because that's not really my scene. But he was wearing a UCLA jersey. And we were just walking around, and then we happened to cross paths with a super drunk married couple who were like, "Oh, go Bruins. Hell yeah, this is so cool." And so we just started talking, right? And, just started chatting, getting to know each other, and, "Oh, where are you from? What do you do?" All that usual stuff. And then at some point during the conversation, and mind you, I'm a little buzzed during this, which just makes the whole experience weirder. At some point during the conversation, the husband takes me aside and kind of leans in like he's whispering to me. He's like, "Hey, man, hey." And I'm like, "Hey, what's up?" And he's like, are you single?" And I'm like, "No, I'm married, happily married." He's like, "Oh, okay, well, you might want to rethink that because my wife's daughters are hot." And I'm
Oh,
like,
wow.
I'm like,
That didn't
what?
go where I thought it would at all.
It didn't go where it was going either at
No,
the time.
I thought that was setting up for something else.
Right? And I'm like,
how old
what?
is this couple?
Excuse
I'm
me?
afraid to ask.
Oh, we were going
They
to talk
seem
about
like
a
they're in
swing
their
and a miss
40s.
here.
They're like in their 40s, maybe 50s. And so I'm like, excuse me? And he saw the look on my face clearly. He's like, oh, don't get me wrong. They're my wife's daughters from another marriage, and they're adults. And I'm like, that's no better, really. I mean, it kind of is, but it's still really, really screwed up. Like,
Yeah.
what? Huh? Who does that? And then his wife overheard him, and she was like, "Oh, is my husband telling you about how hot my daughters are? And he does that all the time." And I'm like, "What? He does?" And
I'd
he's
be
like,
a little concerned if
right? But here's the thing. I said, "Yes, he is." And then she started laughing, and she's like, "Well, he's right. They are hot. Are you single?" And I'm like, what have I stepped into here?
Oh my God.
The hell. And so at that point, my buddy and I just very quickly were like, "Hey, you know what? We're meeting up with some friends. We got to go. Nice meeting you." Not really nice meeting you, but nice meeting you. Have a great rest of your day in Vegas, night in Vegas. And so we got the hell out of Dodge after that. But when he leaned in to ask me a question, that was, I never could have guessed that it was going in that direction. Like,
no, like,
who does that?
Yeah. I don't know if that woman should be okay with the fact that ostensibly their stepfather is okay with, like, hey, they're really hot.
But she agreed with him. She co-signed. And I'm like, and it was the tenor of the conversation was, "Dude, you're missing out. Shame you're married because my daughters are really hot." I'm like, "Oh, this is so gross. I gotta go. I got to go."
Yeah.
So that was I said, significantly more disturbing than your story, Steve, but just as weird.
Should have shot back. It's like, nope, just not as hot. Sorry, not as hot as my wife. You can't match.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's maybe I should, but I think I was so deeply disturbed in the moment that I was like, I got to get out of here. I can't talk to these people anymore. Oh my God. And I see somebody in the chat, I missed it, said, "Good night, everybody," which is exactly what Yakko would say in a situation like that. That is a really good point. Also, Chidu Cobra in our live audience chat, thank you for the compliment, saying, "Loving the Celeste shirt." Thank you. Yeah, Celeste is one of my favorite indie games. I thought I'd rep that today, so I super appreciate that. But yeah, that is my, we all come back from Vegas with weird stories, and that is my unfortunately really weird story from my trip.
I've never been to Vegas. I'm a little nervous about even stepping foot in Vegas after all this because, dear
well,
God.
To be fair, that's an outlier. I don't think that's never happened to me in my life. Thank God.
Every time
Vegas isn't much better than that, honestly.
I don't know what's up with you two because I have friends that go to Vegas and all they talk about is how great the buffets are.
Oh,
so what the hell are you two doing?
Oh, they are. Dude.
I am usually getting drunk. That's what I don't go to Vegas to stay sober. Who does?
Oh, definitely no. We definitely got our drink on and ate some buffets, ate some really good Japanese food, which I posted a picture of in our live audience chat. I think during the post show it was. And you guys stop. You were like, "Stop working, stop posting in the Discord, go eat, have fun." And I did.
Oh yeah.
But yeah. So that was my weird Vegas story, and I still can't believe that happened. And I'm just like, how? What? I almost wish I dreamt it, or it was like a delirious, like I got way too drunk and made it up. But no, it really did unfortunately happen.
Good God.
But on the subject of a much better question than the one I was asked by that man, Jaden Buck with $10 in a super chat. Thank you very much, Jaden, with Crazy Question Fridays, crazy question number 32. If you guys met when you were younger, say high school or even elementary school, how different would your friendship be? That's
a
question.
really good one.
That's a good one. Yeah, I don't.
Yeah.
If anything, I think it would just be. I mean, we're already pretty close. Like we obviously.
Yeah.
Hold on, wait,
we're
real quick.
good friends and business partners.
I have to interrupt real quick just to call this out. Irish Jackamon in our live audience chat. John is absolutely not pure. I love you. Derek is the only pure member of GVG. I have partied with
John's
John.
not pure.
You are wrong.
Yeah, I partied with John as well. He is not as pure as you might think.
John and I put on a good face.
Yeah. Derek has his impure moments too, though.
I refuse to believe that Derek is absolutely pure. I've never seen Derek get crazy, but it's just a matter of time.
I've seen Derek get crazy exactly once, and it was when we were at Disneyland during an E3 trip, and it was amazing. It was amazing.
I think that's the last time I ever got buzzed.
Wow.
I'm glad I was there for it. Yeah.
It's been that long.
Man.
So ever since the original Breath of the Wild was announced, the reveal trailer of that.
Yeah,
is the last time I got truly buzzed.
Wow. Gotta love it. That's I don't think that's true of me and Steve. Not even close.
No.
But I mean, to answer your question, Jaden, I mean, we're all already, good friends and obviously business partners. And so I even in the shorter time that we've known each other, we become such good friends that I can only surmise that we would even just be closer friends.
I'm still friends with most of my friends are still like I had in high school and knew since one I've known since first grade. So yeah, if we met, I feel like we'd still be friends in the same way.
Yeah. I think our friendship would just be stronger. And that's really the only difference in my opinion, because we would have known each other longer. I would be more interested in the strange circumstances of how we all would have become friends, because we all live in very different places.
That is very true.
Wow. Amy has never seen you drunk?
Nope.
Amy.
Nope.
Amy. You gotta fix that this weekend.
He'll do it if you tell him to. I guarantee
she can't do it because we'll drink together and she gets drunk. She gets tipsy after like one drink.
Oh, wow.
She cannot hold her.
Okay, see, I want to see this happen. I've seen you buzz, but I haven't seen Amy
to be
buzz.
clear,
I think you two together would be pretty great.
It's not something to fix, Azran, but it is something. I just need my curiosity satisfied now.
For context on Disneyland, it was you're allowed to drink in California Adventure, and we were being shown the Mad Tea Party, which honestly actually ended up closing like not long after we saw that. But there's a way you could go get drinks and come there, and they'd have a bar set up, and it was just some good stuff that they recommended. I forget what was there to drink, but I remember it being pretty good, and and that's the thing is you got to find alcohol that tastes good, but also is potent. Not too often out there.
You got to have a good bartender or a good mixer who knows how to make a drink right, because it either tastes too strong or it's not. It's not strong enough in terms of the effect. So you got to have that. And you got to have someone who really knows what they're doing.
I mean, it's been a while, but I feel like I still have pretty decent tolerance.
Sure, I'm sure you do. I mean, considering it's been 5 years since you've gotten buzzed, you must have.
I drank a decent amount during the Game Awards, and
that's true. Actually, no,
completely
didn't do anything to me.
Actually, surprises me. I would think your tolerance would be less. Actually, the logic is kind of reversed there. Weird. Well. Anyway, I just think we would have been even closer friends than we are already, Jaden. Thank you for the question. Also, Lizard81288 with $5 saying, "Did you see the teaser for the new season of Fully Cooley? They're making 2 more new seasons. In the teaser they showed, they are doing 3D animation. I heard about the new Fully Cooley seasons, but I have not seen the trailer.
It's not even really a trailer. It's like 5 seconds of I forget her name." Doing a thing.
Gotcha.
But I haven't even seen the new seasons of Fully Cooley. Loved the first 6 episodes, but I've not seen anything more beyond that.
Yeah, I need to catch up with that. I liked the first run that they did of that anime, and I liked it a lot. I just one of those ones that I never followed up on afterward. So I would watch it, but I'm not particularly like hyped either way about it.
No.
Now, a trailer I did watch, and I won't talk too much about it because I know some people like Brandon are not watching it because they don't want to get too spoiled. I did watch the final Sonic 2 trailer, and we've already said it before. We're all so hyped for this movie, but you guys, that trailer, the final one, it's so good.
I don't know how I'm going to get this to see it. I'm going to try, but I don't know how because it's so hard with, Kai.
Of course, yeah. Thank you, Lizard, for the super chat. Thank you so much. And our good friend RecBCQ, with $2. Thank you very much. Saying welcome to GVG's idiotic injury power hour. Which, yeah, that's a great way to describe it. Between cut off fingers and rolled ankles, and apparently we're just all about making all the mistakes this time, the bodily harming mistakes. But
Amy's saying that she'd watch Kai so I can see it. But I want to see that together with you.
I think you can take Kai to that movie. I think just go to like the earliest showing in the day, because those are the ones where people expect babies.
I guess, but I think he definitely would not sit still for that entire time.
Oh, he wouldn't. He absolutely wouldn't. But I can tell you that I've seen people with like infants, and personally, as someone who has been there and understands, like, I don't mind if somebody has to, like, you know, shush a baby or get up and like walk around. Like, me personally, doesn't bug me in the slightest. I get that for some folks that could be anxiety inducing, but I don't know, man. Like, sometimes it beats waiting like 6 months to watch a movie.
I guess so. I mean, hey, I can finally it's on digital now, but I need to wait for it to get onto like Redbox so I can finally go see No Way Home.
Oh, right. You still haven't seen that.
Even though I've had bits and pieces of that spoiled for me, thanks YouTube.
Right.
Is that not on Disney Plus, like right now?
No.
Oh,
because it's partly owned by Sony. It's not coming to Disney Plus.
Oh, man.
So unfortunately, I've had some elements spoiled for me, but I still want to check it out.
Sure, it's still worth watching. I would say it was great. Next up, we have Christopher Bakke. I'm sorry if I mispronounced that. With 100 Norwegian krona. Thank you very much. Saying finally able to catch a show live. Sending good vibes from Norway. Wow, thank you,
nice.
So much, Christopher.
Well, not really late, but it's still kind of late.
It's always so humbling when we hear from fans across the world to know that we have even a small impact on anyone all the way across the globe. That's just so cool. Thank you so much, Christopher. Also, 50 Norwegian krona from Andy Mine P. 2 Norwegian donations in a row. That's wild. Thank you, Andy. Saying, and I thought disc only was the craziest podcast I've listened to. Consider this an achievement.
Oh,
I don't know if it's a good achievement.
I'm not even sure this is us at our wildest.
Yeah, that's
it definitely isn't. You should see the post-show versions of us.
Oh yeah, our post shows get pretty spicy. And if you're interested in what the post show's like, you should check us out over on Patreon at patreon.com/GVGaming. And with that out of the way, we do have one more super chat for now from our good friend RecBCQ for $5 more. Thank you so much, Rec. Saying it's weird. I don't want to be put in a similar situation to Ash, but now I want to go to Vegas so I can have crazy stories. Nobody wants to be put in that the situation I was in. It was so gross. But crazy Vegas stories are fun as long as they're not the one I just brought back. Yeah. So no, Vegas is a lot of fun. It's both the best and worst thing about capitalism in like a few square miles. It's wild there. But well, that's all the super chats for now. Of course, when others come in, we will read those out later in the show. But yeah, we do have a little bit of a couple of light news topics. But the first thing I really want to discuss with you guys is, of course, the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe Course Booster Pass. Wave 1 just came out yesterday, and I'm jealous because you guys got to record a video talking about it with John this morning and actually ranking each new track in like a tier list, and I couldn't join because I was stuck in a work meeting that went super long, so I haven't really gotten to talk about it much. I did do a super late hangout with some patrons in our server last night, but I haven't really gotten to talk about it with you guys. And the first thing that strikes me about this is just it's so wild, and it's such a weird feeling, but a cool weird feeling to have new content in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, or just 8 period, all this time later. It's so weird, but it's a good weird. And I've been having fun with the new tracks, most of them. There's one that I'm crushingly disappointed by, but we'll get to that a little later. How are you guys feeling about this wave overall so far?
We are well practiced in talking about this.
I know.
I'd say so.
I would say overall, I'm positive on the new courses. I think that's the best way to say it without getting too far into the weeds. I think generally it's a positive addition. I do think that there's maybe a course or two that could be better, but by and large, I'm pretty happy with the additions.
It's a pretty solid first set. We'll see how the other sets come and go, but it's honestly, it's just nice to be able to play something new from Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, because going through it, this gave me the realization that I've barely played 8 Deluxe. Because I played the hell out of Mario Kart 8 on Wii U with all its DLC, and the only thing Deluxe added was the ability to play on Switch and better battle mode. And I don't really care about battle mode too much. So I didn't really play it beyond that. I didn't like redo everything. I just didn't. So to have something finally brand new to enjoy, even though it's mostly pulled from Tour, basically pulled from Tour, you know what? I'll take it because I don't play Tour, so it's still new to me. So.
Yeah, those might as well be completely new tracks to me. I think that's one of the most exciting parts. And I know they're not all going to be great, but I don't play Tour either. I played it and I tried several times to get into it, and I just can't stand playing that game. So for me, these tracks are ostensibly brand new, and I'm looking forward to checking out the others as they get released. But overall, I mean, I really like the Paris Promenade because it's not the most like dynamic or interesting track, but I do like how the last lap is different. It actually kind of reminds me a little bit of Sonic Transformed, which is still my favorite kart racer of all time. And I like that about it. It's cool that the track actually changes during the race. And I imagine other Tour tracks are going to probably do that as well in the future. But there's one thing I gotta say, and I was buzzing yesterday about the new remix of Sky Garden's music because it's so good. It's done in that Mario Kart 8 big band style. It wasn't just pulled from Tour. It's great. And I was so excited because it's one of my favorite Mario Kart tracks. But they ruined it. They ruined the design. Like it's so short and it's so just basic now. What do they do to my baby? I love that that track so much, and it's probably honestly my least favorite of Wave 1. And that just breaks my heart because it's like it was one of my favorites in Super Circuit. And
this is why
and
you
DS.
have to be on the discussion because you agree with us. So
yeah.
Okay, so you guys agree. Okay, cool.
We all agree that track was kind of a letdown. Yeah.
God, I'm just so disappointed.
It's
also,
actually kind of impressive how much we lined up.
Yeah.
That's funny. Yeah. And Tokyo Blur is kind of meh. It's just forgettable to me.
See?
But Sky Garden,
you're just
hurts.
playing the hits
That's
at this
so,
point.
Yeah.
Okay.
It'd
So
be
then
fun to watch. Ash needs to watch it and just sort of say make his own tier
Just-
list and just addendum or whatever.
So then let's see if we continue to be aligned here. I would say my two favorites are probably Ninja Hideaway and Shroom Ridge.
Nope.
In this
Okay.
wave. Okay.
Okay.
You're
not
close
quite.
though. You're close.
You're close.
Okay.
Ninja Hideaway is definitely the highlight. But I encourage you to watch our tier video. We talk about this in detail.
I got to do that.
That should be out this weekend. We got Brandon hard at work at that. Some fun surprises in there, I think.
Yes. Oh, hey, Dr. M to the J is here. I don't see him very often, but he's a really cool guy.
Nice.
I've had lunch with him before.
Sweet.
Hello,
Nice.
Doctor.
But yeah, so I'm definitely going to get put in a little more time with the booster pass this weekend and just kind of wrap my head around the new tracks. But I'm so excited. It's kind of it feels like the next iteration of the ongoing hype cycle that ended with Smash Ultimate recently.
Oh my.
What's up?
Check these super chats.
Yes.
We got some new. Oh wow. I didn't see that because I was looking at the Mario Kart
it just
track.
happened, so.
Wow, that's an incredible super chat. Thank you
Whew.
so much. Let me it scrolled past me. Sorry, here we go. Aramis Baramis with $100. Wow, thank you so much for your incredible generosity, Aramis. I love your name, by the way, saying always wanted to do this live. Love y'all's content, especially the GVG cast. Look forward to it every week. Hope it keeps going for a long while. Well, thank you so much, Aramis, and that's the plan. It will keep going for a long while. We're not going anywhere. So thank you so much for supporting us and being a fan and for the incredibly generous donation, Aramis. That's incredibly kind of you. Wow.
We could afford a new finger for Steve.
Right?
Claiming it's for me to buy some scissors, which, probably.
And on that note, we do have a super chat from Grantles as well for $4.99. Thank you so much for your generosity, Grantles. And you are saying, Ash, as a native of the fabulous Las Vegas, Nevada, USA, I'm sorry about what happened while you were here. Yeah, I mean, I'm sorry too, but I'll be back. Don't worry. That's like my wife and that's like our staycation place because we live in LA. So it's like a 4-hour drive. So when we want to take a little staycation, but we can't really commit to going on a full vacation, we just go to Vegas and have a good time. So don't worry. I'll be back despite that really weird, disturbing situation. Speaking of driving a few hours, Steve, you're going to have to plan for a trip out here to LA next year, man, because
Yes.
Universal has announced that Super Nintendo World is opening at Universal Studios Hollywood in 2023. We don't know when, but it's happening.
I got an email from Universal's own PR department about this, and I cannot tell you how hopeful I am. That person is going to regret giving me their email address.
Yeah, they will.
Like, please let us all in. Please tell me there's a media day.
Hey, we got a guy in the UK. Pay for him to come over too.
Right? Yeah.
Honestly, that would be
so
one of
fun,
the few events where I would say we should all descend on one location, because that's something we all have to do.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I think that would be really something special if we could get John out here and then you as well out here, Derek, and just all four of us go to a theoretical media day at Universal. I think that would be one of the coolest experiences we could ever have.
Yeah, well, we got to get Brandon and Daniel. Daniel's around the corner, figuratively.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, Daniel can drive in, and then we got to get Brandon in here too. Absolutely.
Get the six of us.
Get the six of us together. That would be wonderful, and I hope we can make it happen. That would be so fun. I say
fun. 6, but I guarantee Amy will want to come along. So 7.
Yeah,
hey, more the merrier. 7, and hell, Basol will probably want to come too. So let's make it 8.
You gotta get the whole GVG family together for that. There's a lot of Mario snacks to eat at that place.
Yeah, absolutely. So 2023, we don't know when yet, but it is happening, and I'm so excited
Hopefully
to finally.
The world's a little less COVID-y.
a little less COVID-y. Another thing that used to happen in LA, but has now gone digital, and we thought was not going to happen at all this year, but might actually happen now, is E3. Tom Henderson posted on Twitter that E3 will be an entirely digital event again this year, according to the ESRB, who sent out emails to developers today. So we don't know for sure, but maybe there will be a digital E3 again this year. Not sure if it's really necessary, but maybe.
I need E3 to continue. I'm not going to lie. I personally need E3 to continue, because this is where I see all my industry pals. This is like where you catch up after a year of all the bullshit that you deal with in this industry.
I think you need to start going to GDC at this point.
Yeah, I started thinking about it, because I'm okay with this year not having an E3. I'm okay with it because as a business owner, I look at how much it costs to go to E3 now, and I think that's a lot of money. I would like to have a little more money before I spend that much money. So, at GVG, we're still really small. So, and E3 is an event where we traditionally all show up. Everyone is here. It's the Smash Ultimate of Game events.
Yep.
And so I would like it to continue to be that. I don't want like a smaller presence, but I also would like to not spend thousands of dollars to get there. So taking a year off from it to get some more money in the bank, because we are small. Every one of your dollars helps us do stuff like this.
It really does.
Yeah.
Patreon.com/GVGaming. Help us get to E3 2023. But I want E3 to continue, not just because of that, but because I've seen what has happened in its absence, which is not a lot. PAX Prime was, or PAX West. I'm old. I still call it Prime sometimes. PAX West was not a great replacement. It was very much a throwback to like the early aughts. Like it was just a hall with like a bunch of tiny booths, which was great for discovering indies, but not great for generating news coverage.
No, and that's certainly the case with PAX East as well. Like I think that's why.
Yeah,
I think only Ash is going to PAX East at this point.
Yeah, I was going to say, I actually am one. For those of you who will be there, I am 100% locked in for PAX East now. I'm going there both as part of my day job in video game PR, as well as just because I want to meet fans, and I realize it's not worth it to pay for it out of GVG's money, because there's not going to be a lot of great coverage there. So I'm just paying for it. I'm paying my own way, and actually, I think my job might be paying my way now, which would be even better. But either way, I was just going to pay my own way to go, because I want to meet fans, and I just miss the convention experience so much. But it's not worth it from a coverage standpoint, totally. But yeah, I'm 100% locked in. So for those of you at PAX East, I'll see you there.
Yeah, our own Azran 127 will be there, so make sure you all.
Oh yeah, we've talked about that. Yeah, no, I'll certainly do a fan meetup for everybody who's there, and should be a good time. something that's significantly less exciting, and I put this news story in the doc for today specifically because I wanted to get your take on this, Steve, because I remember how excited you were when the new Perfect Dark was revealed to be, and being made by the Initiative, one of Microsoft studios. But unfortunately, it seems like it's maybe sinking into some development hell, because according to Nibel on Twitter, half of the core development team who was working on, or at the Initiative, who were working on Perfect Dark, have quit the company in the past 12 months over frustration at the game's direction and general top-down studio hierarchy.
Wow.
And not only that, it's also lost its director. Perfect Dark no longer has a director, or at least it didn't for a while. Maybe it has a new one.
That's a bad sign.
Yeah,
it doesn't sound good. Yeah.
So what I would have to say, one, I was very excited, not necessarily because of who was attached to it, because I don't really know the Initiative, but I was just excited for the revival of an N64 franchise that I did at one point love. Perfect Dark Zero is crap, and so I didn't have high hopes. I was just grateful to see that they were doing something with it. Right? It's just an old Rare franchise, which I would love to see. I would have preferred to see Rare handle it. But my worry is that, after having played Halo Infinite, it's very clear that Microsoft is more keen to follow current market trends than they are to basically do fan service, right? To give people, fans of a franchise, what they want. Because Halo Infinite, it ain't Halo the way you remember it. It's like Halo with open world DNA and some Far Cry stuff in it. And it just doesn't feel like Halo, which is why, even now, I've only got like 4 hours in. I just can't muster up the energy to care about Infinite. And what I'm hearing here tells me that probably the same thing is happening with Perfect Dark. You get a development team hyped up, hey, you're going to work on this franchise that has like a huge history and started out on Nintendo, where most of you probably cut your teeth, and people get hyped. And then they're like, oh, but it's going to be like open world and we need some microtransactions in there. And we're going to need a season pass. You need to get us a season pass. Also free multiplayer. And it's probably going to be more focused on that. Like if I had to guess, that's probably the message they got. And they're like, oh, that is not what I want to make. So I'm out.
Yeah. I think that's probably a good take. I think that's probably where this is going as well. Now, Nibel does add, though, that the Initiative's management they're confident in the current team, for what that's worth.
I mean, they'll say that no matter.
Yeah, but they're going to say it, of course. But
like, have you ever seen like
the three guys I have left? I have the utmost confidence because they believe in this company.
I mean, just imagine like Doug Bowser, like sitting on the steps of Nintendo HQ giving a press conference. He's like, fuck guys, it's really bad. I don't know what we're going to do. Everyone in there is a fucking idiot. He's like, it's ruined. We're done. I'm closing up shop. Go buy a 3DS. Nothing good is coming out ever again. They just, well, that's like Derek said, you could literally have the janitors doing coding, and the executives would stand in front of them and be like, we have the most talented team we've ever had. Move away, Miyamoto. I've got Bill from accounting.
No, that's why I said for what that's worth, and it ain't worth very much in this case, because clearly they're not going to say, this sucks. This team sucks. It's not going in a good direction. Jump ship. But it's unfortunate. I wasn't quite as excited as you were, Steve. I was always a bit more of a GoldenEye fan than Perfect Dark, but I like Perfect Dark, and I had high hopes for this reboot, and I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Derek, are you going to say something?
I was thinking, I don't know why it only popped into my head now. I have not played it, but I mean, as far as if you want a game that's getting good reception on Xbox right now, apparently Tunic is freaking awesome. That's what
I want to play that. I'm going to check it out on Game Pass this weekend. I have to. It looks so good.
I forgot that it was only on PC and Xbox. I'm like, damn it.
It is. I know it's unfortunate if you don't have one of those access to one of those platforms, you can't play it. But it feels like the kind of game that probably is just a timed exclusive, and will probably make its way to other platforms eventually. But I've heard nothing but good things. I unfortunately won't really be able to put that much time into it because Horizon. I'm still, Horizon. I can't the only thing that's gonna pull me away from Horizon is Kirby, because I want to just devour that game, much like Kirby himself would. So we can talk about it and talk spoilers and everything. I don't want to put it off for too long, so I'm going to take a break from Horizon for my free gaming time when Kirby comes out. But other than that, I want to finish Horizon first, because I don't want to be spoiled on that story, because I really like where it's going, and I don't want to be spoiled. So yeah, but Tunic is definitely on my list of games to check out, and in the meantime, we have gotten a few more super chats to come in. First is Nautical Noe with $5. I love that name. Thank you so much, Noe, saying, hey, yo, quick fun question. Did the turn of the millennium make the 6th generation of consoles feel even more new or futuristic for the time?
What was that? Is that PS2 era?
No, it didn't.
I'm looking up. I've always been really bad at like remembering the.
I think we're talking Dreamcast,
numbers.
GameCube,
PS2. PS2, GameCube.
Okay.
Yeah. So,
not really. The coolest thing was just the fact that I was able to play DVDs on my PS2. That was the
The thing for
part.
me that put these like into the we're in the future category was playing online. The Dreamcast having a modem. I remember being blown away. I was like, I'm playing with other people in different places. What the hell? That was big.
I didn't do that until PlayStation 3.
Oh, wow.
Okay,
yeah. See, I did
and
that
I didn't do
on
it until Xbox 360. Yeah.
See, so I got dial-up on the Dreamcast and broadband on the GameCube. And I remember just being like, holy hell, this is so amazing. Like, the internet at my fingertips. I have a keyboard for my console. Like, it was... I would say, though, like, I didn't think, like, it's the year 2000. Like, everything's crazy now. The one thing I will say, though, is that there was definitely... From 5th gen to 6th was probably one of the largest graphical leaps of any generation.
Agreed.
Going from PS1 to PS2, whoa.
Holy crap.
I remember booting up Dead or Alive 2 and being like, oh my God, it just looks so pretty.
I mean, N64 to GameCube. Holy crap, right?
Yep.
Like, it was a huge jump in visual fidelity. But I can't personally say that the turn of the millennium had anything to do with that.
No.
It didn't.
Right.
But my counterpart to what Steve said is, I didn't start playing online really until the Xbox 360, but I very distinctly remember the day I first played with a Wavebird controller. And that was a true, this is the future kind of moment for me. I had never played with a wireless controller, especially one that worked so well. And so I was just untethered for the first time. And I was like, this is so cool. This is the future. And now we take that for granted. But I remember, man, the first time I played, I think it was Super Monkey Ball with a Wavebird. I was like, I even went outside in my backyard just to test how far it would work. And it was amazing. And those things are still, what a great controller. Wavebirds are awesome.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I'm shocked we never got like a wireless GameCube controller in future generations. Like I'm surprised we don't have one now for the Switch. We got an N64 controller.
That is a good point. I didn't think about that.
I wonder if it's because they were mainly re-released for each iteration of Smash post GameCube, and Nintendo probably figures that people who are serious enough about Smash to buy a GameCube controller probably would want the instantaneous reaction time you can only get from a wired controller. Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I'm a big fighting game fan, specifically more 2D fighters, and I would kill for like a wireless fight pad. Mm-hmm. I've never had a situation where I'm like, oh man, it's the wireless latency that's causing me to get my ass kicked online.
Agreed. Like I use my Wavebirds when playing Smash fairly often, and I sometimes use the Pro controller when I'm too lazy to hook up my game controllers, and I've never really had a problem. But I also don't play at a tournament level either. So,
right.
But yeah, thank you. So that was a great question, Noe. Thank you. Very unique. Also, Jacob Tucker with $5. Thank you so much. I am absolutely planning a Super Nintendo World Trip with my brothers, nephew, and best friend. When you guys go, I hope we get to compare stories. Hell yeah.
That'd be cool.
I'd love to.
Yep.
Yeah, that would be great. I hope so. Andy Mind Pete back with 20 more Norwegian krona. Thank you so much. Saying, here's a bit of money, Steve.
Thanks.
Nice.
I mean, I more importantly, I want it for all of us, I guess. But thank you.
Yeah, I guess.
Hey, here's a bit of thank you. Yeah, we all benefit from that. Thank you. We're, as we said before, we're all equal co-owners and have equal stakes in GVG.
But I mean, if you want to send me cash through the mail, I won't.
There you
stop
go.
You.
Yeah. Yeah, he'll DM you his Venmo address.
I'll
right
DM
after
you
the
my
show.
home address if you're sending money. Screw it. Come over.
Yeah.
We'll use your money to buy pizza.
Right. And then finally, for now, we have $5 from Luis Benitez, but we don't have a message to go with it. But thank you for the donation, Luis.
Yeah.
Really appreciate it. All right. Well, I think that's about all the news to chat about this week. Just some light stuff. But I do want to share one thing. I'm sure you all have seen it, but I have to just show it to you if you haven't. So the latest Sonic 2 movie poster, I'm posting it in live audience now, recreates the Sonic 2 box art. And it's the coolest shit ever.
I mean, isn't that what we always wanted? Like that was always the hope, because Sonic 2 has one of the best box arts ever. I think only topped by Sonic and Knuckles.
Yeah, Sonic and Knuckles is really good. Yeah.
The design aesthetic of Sonic and Knuckles is probably some of the best in all of gaming, in my opinion. But the recreating the Sonic 2 cover,
so cool.
Yeah.
And it took me a little bit, like a few viewings, to see it, but I love how you can see Knuckles' face in the 2 as well, just barely.
Yeah.
It's so cool, man. And it seems like they're really doubling down on the fan service for Sonic 2. Like really doubling down.
At least
on
in
what
the
people
ad
love
campaign.
About it.
I don't know about
at least
the
in the
movie
ad
itself, but
there's no way we aren't.
Huh?
I said, I'm telling you, we're getting Supersonic. There's absolutely no way.
Oh, I think so.
Oh, I don't think
so.
I don't think so.
Okay. We're drawing our lines in the
You know what? I'm putting it down. I'm betting $5. I'll bet you $5, and I will on this show Venmo you $5.
Nice.
If I'm wrong,
I'll take that.
All right.
I will bet. I will bet. I'm gonna put 20 Norwegian krona down on this bet, and say that I too agree with Steve. I firmly believe we're gonna see Supersonic, and I too will send you. Well, I can't send you the actual krona, obviously, but $5, fine. I'm in this, man. I will send you the money on the show if you're right, Derek, just like Steve. So it is official. Yeah, and we were held accountable. You all know we said it.
I don't know about this. I gotta pay $5 to each of you if I'm wrong. Do I get $10 if I'm right? I don't know. I feel this feels a little off kilter, but I do maintain no, because we only have the Master Emerald. I don't think so. I think they'll save it for. I think they'll save it for Sonic 3 and Metal Sonic.
All right. How about you bet you get to pay us each $2.50 if you're wrong. Then it's equal. It's equal. Yeah.
There we go.
Don't Amy's screaming at me. Don't do it.
Don't do it. Don't do
see, Amy's on our side too.
Amy, do you think?
Come on, Amy. You bet him too.
Do you think Supersonic's going to show up, Amy?
I'm sure
curious.
She's super aware on one super. She's not too familiar with a lot of.
She has no clue.
I have no clue. She's just.
Fair enough.
I appreciate you supporting us, then, Amy.
Yeah,
blindly.
For sure. Oh man, but yeah, well, it'll be interesting to see because we both definitely have our firm beliefs on either side of the line, or we all do. So we'll see what happens, and we'll have to get Brandon and Daniel and John's input as well to see where we all stand on this. Okay, well, that brings us to our final segment of today's show, which, of course, is our patron topics. So every week, we put out the call for all of our patrons at the producer tier and above to suggest topics or questions for us to chat about on the show each week. And, so we're going to get into that right now. Who wants to go first?
I'll go first.
All right.
Okay. All right.
Go for it, Steve.
So my topic comes courtesy of Nova the Artist, who asks, who do you consider to be the best bro in video games? Has to be a character that originated from a video game. And that is an interesting question. I got two.
It's a good one.
Two.
Okay.
I've got a serious response and a jokey response. I'm going to start with the jokey response because that's the kind of mood I'm in today. You got to go with Duke Nukem. Duke Nukem is like when you talk about a dude bro, who is more dude bro than Duke Nukem? Like all the things he says, I'm pretty sure he just like one of the intro. I think at Duke Nukem Forever it is. You're encouraged to draw dicks on a whiteboard, like at the very start of the game. I've played maybe. What is going on here?
What happened?
OBS is being weird. We're live, I think.
Yeah.
Are we still okay?
Yeah. Hold on.
We've frozen. Jackamon says Yeah, that we've Ash and Derek have frozen.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure that out. The YouTube chat disappeared for me, which is what told me something was not okay. Let me try switching scenes real quick and switching right back. That didn't help at all. All right, hold on, folks. I'm working through a minor technical difficulty here. Let's see.
I like how we're both looking in the same direction. Close.
I know, right?
Let's see. How does one... Oh, here we go. Hold on. Let's see if that'll work. That's not okay. They can only see me moving. I'm still talking. We're all still talking.
Oh, man.
Can they still hear us, or that we just frozen?
They can definitely hear you. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, at least you can hear us. Okay, that's at least that's better than nothing.
That's something at least. I thought they couldn't even hear us. So
no, yeah, it's weird. We're still streaming. We're still live. I apologize, folks. I don't know why Ash and Derek are frozen, but man, are they handsome.
Yeah, at least we're not in a very awkward pose. That's nice, at least.
Yeah.
I'll just take it.
Yeah, sorry about that, everybody, but at least you can still hear us, and the show didn't get...
You raise the name of Duke Nukem, which brings to mind Duke Nukem Forever, and of course, everything's broken.
That's true.
Right? Like that's a good point. It's because you invoked Duke Nukem. Yeah.
Yeah.
It all went to hell. Anyway, Duke Nukem is my jokey character. I'm going to move on because I'm thrown off by the fact that neither of you are moving. My real choice, my actual choice for the best bro in gaming, and I'm taking that as brother, not just like bro, but brother. It's got to be Luigi, right? Like, Luigi is 100% the best boy in gaming. Like, think about if your big brother kicked in your door and he's like, hey, let's go save my girlfriend from a dinosaur. Like, every brother in existence would be like, man, more power to you. I didn't even like her that much anyway. Like, you should just go get a new one. You are out of luck. But Luigi's just
I think if we're talking about if we're talking about actual blood related brothers, yeah, Luigi has to be. I mean, one of the best.
But even in the sense of just a bro, Luigi would be the best bro. Like he will follow you to the depths of hell.
I feel like my choice is a little bit more bro-ish, but
ooh,
we'll see.
Yeah. See, I like Luigi a lot, but I when I was reading this, considering this question, I was thinking just bro in a general sense, not necessarily blood related, could be, but also just your best bro, some brother from another mother type thing. And so for me, I got to go in the other direction, Steve, and say Tails is one of the best bros ever.
Oh, wow.
Obviously not blood related.
Mario versus Sonic here.
I know, right? I love Luigi. Don't get me wrong, but I've always been a huge Tails fan. I love Tails, and I don't like what they did to him in Sonic Forces. Basically, just made him just kind of pathetic. But up to that, he's been there with Sonic through thick and thin. He airlifts him out of danger. He becomes a hero in his own right in Sonic Adventure, taking down Eggman. I just love their buddy, super close buddy relationship. So I see them as like bros. And so Tails definitely has to be one of my answers for sure. And along those same lines, since you gave two, I'll give another one. Zero. X and Zero, man. They're best bros. They couldn't be closer. And they are my favorite duo in gaming. And that is because of their best bro relationship. They are, right. And they are there for each other.
Welcome to my each other all the time.
Exactly. And they are there for each other across literal centuries. So it's hard to argue with that. So those are my two answers. Tails is a best bro to Sonic, and Zero is a best bro to X.
All right,
cool.
But what about you, Derek?
Man, you guys are picking these platformers, but you got to go RPG because you want ride or die. You got to go to RPGs, and one of the biggest I've seen in recent years, as far as just massive bros, has to be Eric from Dragon Quest XI. That dude will do anything for you.
That's a great answer. Eric is a total
Steve
bro,
doesn't
man.
know him, but it is literally, I just met you, but I will ride or die for you no matter what.
Hell yeah. Eric is awesome. I want a bro like that. He's so cool, and he's just there for the luminary through thick and thin. Great answer.
Yeah. That's one of the first things that came to my mind, and I see chat, since we're all doing two, has already the patron chat has already taken my other one. Gotta go Rhine time, baby.
Oh, Rhine time. Yep.
Yeah,
that's a good.
There's RPGs in there, but yeah, Rhine. it's just there from the beginning. It's like, oh, this is going on show. Cool, I'm there. Like that's bros to me. Like, you don't even have to be related. It's just like, I'm down. Like, you're doing this, cool. I'm here for it. Let's do it.
Yeah, no, those are great answers. And I do want to point one thing out. It's funny that Jaden Buck makes a great point. When I said Zero, what about Proto Man? He's technically actually Mega Man's brother, and that's so true. But I didn't really. I passed him over because he's, he kind of does his own thing a lot of the time. He's not always really
that much of a bro.
Yeah, he's sometimes there for Mega Man, but not in the way that X and Zero, like Zero is for X. It's not. It's a much more distant relationship, I'd say, with Proto Man. As Frequent Positron says, Proto is kind of an asshole. That's kind of what I was getting at. So
Rush is more of a bro.
Yeah, exactly. All right, Derek, you wanna introduce your topic next, man?
Sure. So my topic comes from Hayes. And their question is, which video game characters have the best or worse fashion sense? And I thought that was kind of fun.
That's fun.
Like, our best looking ones. And I was like, I'm not fashionable at all, but I can recognize characters who are fashionable. And a lot of it comes down to, a lot of my picks come down to options. So you can be as fashionable or not as you want to be. And the big one that came to my mind right off the bat was Inklings. Inklings are super fashionable. Yep. That's the whole point of the game, is to just be as fashionable as possible and look cool while you're splatting.
Sorry.
Yeah,
I know that's the actual term.
The childish mind.
You threw it out there so quickly. I wasn't ready for it. Yes.
For actual characters, basically anybody from Persona. I think you could just nail, like, always look cool. To narrow it down even further for a character, Carmen Sandiego, going old schools. Carmen Sandiego's always look cool.
Yeah,
awesome. You can't go wrong with a pure red and red fedora. It looks awesome.
Yeah. I could agree with that.
Those are good.
Man, terrible fashion sense. I'm gonna pick on this kid again. The main protag from Final Fantasy IX. He looks like a doofus.
Zidane. Not the best outfit. Agreed.
Zidane and Tidus both dress like idiots.
Tidus too. He has that weird half pant leg. Yeah.
When I was looking up people saying about good fashions in games, a lot of people kept saying Cloud, and I'm like, no. I don't think Cloud.
I don't think he has bad fashion.
High waters with a half sweater. Like, he looks like an idiot.
Yeah. Like, I don't think he looks terrible, but I wouldn't say that he has great fashion sense by any.
I would say in general, if someone tells you you look like a Final Fantasy protagonist, you're probably being complimented. If they tell you you dress like one, that's a savage insult.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of like a really well-dressed Final Fantasy protagonist.
Well, you know what? On that note, I'm going to
go
put
14. That's the only thing. That's the only time you'll get that well-dressed Final Fantasy.
I would say Squall is okay. I agree with Max's only in our YouTube chat. Squall's passable.
I agree. Yeah, I agree with that.
And then who was his main enemy? Like Budget Wesker. Who was that guy?
Oh, Cypher.
There you go.
Cypher. Yeah,
I like that I can call him Budget Wesker, and you know exactly.
I'm talking pro tags here.
Yeah,
you can also say Lightning in there if you want, but yeah, you want high fashion. I'm sorry, Aerith in her dress debut in 7 Remake. There is absolute fashion.
That's true. I'd say Tifa and Aerith both have pretty great fashion sense for sure. So I'm going to put one forth that might be a little bit controversial because not everybody likes Tetsuya Nomura's character designs. But you know what? I'm going to put it out there. Sakurai said it himself in the Sora presentation. Sora is a very stylish character. I think Sora has style out the wazoo, especially in Kingdom Hearts 2 and 3.
Okay.
Particularly 2 and 3.
I was going to say,
other than the big clown shoes.
I cannot agree with Kingdom Hearts 1 because that is a onesie with a coat.
No, not Kingdom Hearts 1. Specifically 2 and 3. I think he's got style out the wazoo, except for his big clown shoes. Those maybe got to go. But everything else, I think Sora looks pretty damn cool and fashionable most of the time.
I think
Kingdom
Sora
Hearts 1
would be okay.
Yeah. Another one. Oh, go ahead.
No, I was going to mention. I was like, nah, it's kind of spoilerish. I'll stay away from it.
I have to agree though, real quick with Nautical Noe. I can't believe I didn't bring it up. Travis Touchdown is stylish as hell. I like it. I like his outfits.
Yeah.
Hell yeah,
it's a good one.
Another one I want to throw out there, it kind of out of left field, I think, is Princess Peach, but not as you're probably thinking of her. I'm talking specifically her in Super Mario Odyssey. After you beat the game, you see her in all the different kingdoms, and she's always wearing an appropriate outfit for the kingdom she's in, and she always looks great. She's got great fashion sense in Super Mario Odyssey.
So, she's got retainers that do that for her. I'm not giving her credit.
Fair enough. Yeah,
some poor really underpaid toad bought all of those outfits.
It's the toads who have the true fashion sense. Yeah. And I do agree with you, by the way, Pandotter, in our live audience chat. I don't think Sora looks great in Dream Drop Distance either. It's okay, better than 1, but it's all about those 2 and 3 outfits for me.
Mm-hmm. Do we want to even? Is it worth mentioning some of the worst dress? Because I mean, Steve mentioned a lot of the Final Fantasy protagonists, but
worst
we could.
Dressed.
How do you feel about I'm blanking on her name, Lulu? Ash, is that a good design? Is that good fashion or bad fashion? I can't. I'm so split on that one.
We're talking Final Fantasy X, right?
Yeah. It's dumb fashion because all the belts are silly. I don't know how that dress is held together and how it stays on her. Like it's so weird.
Belts too.
It's all belts, like literally all belts. And I will say another example of really stupid fashion. Like it looks good on her, but the outfit that Jill Valentine wears in Resident Evil 3 literally makes no sense.
Yeah,
literally makes no sense because her shoulders and her neck are exposed in a zombie apocalypse. What? Like, why? So it looks good, but it's not functional at all.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah. I just thought of one of the worst. Kuja. We were talking about Zidane having bad fashion sense. Kuja might be even worse.
FF9 Kuja, Steve. I got to see your reaction.
I'm looking.
Kuja might be even worse.
Kuja.
Oh, what? Come on! It's like Sephiroth's waifish son and his chonies. Like I don't like any of this. Like why does this character exist?
Like Moon Rhoda, Kuja is from Final Fantasy IX. You're asking.
Like a weirdly horny androgynous design.
I'm gonna post it in chat since people are asking.
I was just getting ready for it, but yeah, you go for it.
This is the Dissidia design.
You've got to post.
Hold
on.
That I just can't. Kuja is such a badly dressed villain. He's really bad.
You got to post this one for optimal.
Oh God. Oh man.
Oh, we're going to post all of these. Let's do.
Who's next?
The artists.
Final
Fantasy artist. I can forget his name now.
Amano, Yoshitaka.
Amano designed for that. It's like,
here it is. I got it.
Yeah, I got it. I already put it in.
I can't tell. Is Kuja a he or a she or?
That is a he.
Kuja's a man.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I mean, it would be a bad outfit regardless.
I'm saying, like, objectively, as someone who presumably fights and doesn't strip for a living, I would say that Kuja doesn't look great.
Yeah.
Also, just why? Just why?
Right.
Like,
I
didn't need this in my life.
Jacob, we actually are aware that we're frozen. Unfortunately, there's a weird issue going on with OBS. Thankfully, the show itself is still fine, but we're just frozen. So sorry about that.
But, it is definitely strange.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yuna and Riku in 10-2. I
don't
mind.
Yeah, I like.
I don't mind Yuna. Yeah, Yuna works for me. Riku.
Riku's just a horny design. Basically, it's for the horny people out there. Yuna, I think, genuinely has a really cool outfit in both Final Fantasy X and 10-2.
Yeah.
But and same thing with Pain. Like Pain, not a great design, not a great outfit. I don't think.
I need to see Pain. Actually, you know what? I do like Pain's. I think Pain's is at least better than Riku's.
Riku's is ridiculous in terms of just it being functional, I guess. But hey. If she's happy wearing it and she's out and proud, go for it, Riku.
Yeah,
sure.
Yeah, right. But no, that's a lot of fun. That was a really fun topic. So Thank you, Hayes. That was a great topic. All right. Well, my topic this week is very topical because we were talking about Mario Kart earlier, and I thought this was the best chance we were going to have to answer this question. Top Dog 23100 this week asks, "What are your top 3 favorite Mario Kart tracks?" And I figured, hey, this is the perfect time to talk about this. So I had to do a little thinking about my number 3, but it ended up being pretty easy for me. So number 3 is Sky Garden, and that is one of the reasons I am so upset about what they did.
It was so high for you. When did you play it? Is it just that good in Game Boy Advance?
No, it's also in Mario Kart DS, I believe.
Oh, okay.
DS. Yeah, I've always just loved the design of it. I love the aesthetics, the theme, the music. It's just always been one of my favorites. So Sky Garden, but like I said, that was one of the ones where I had to kind of think about it a little bit. But I do love that track, or at least what that track used to be. Number 2 is what's it called? Wild Woods from Mario Kart 8 / Deluxe. I love that track. It's like you're driving through like a Princess Mononoke track, or driving through the Frontier Village from Xenoblade Chronicles. It's just such a cool track, like the hollowed out trees and I love the music, and it's just fun. It's a great track. Number 1 though, and I think you already know this, Derek, because I talk about it a lot when Mario Kart comes up. Airship Fortress, baby. I so hope that comes back in one of the upcoming waves, and I think it's probably gonna, because it's in Mario Kart Tour. But Airship Fortress is, I think, the coolest track that has ever existed in a Mario Kart game. It's just fun. It's got a cool theme. It never really gets old, and it's great. I love it.
Nice.
Yeah.
What about you, Steve?
For me, so I had to give this a think because we were talking about it today. So I'm going to go in reverse order, starting with number 3 all the way up to 1. Number 3 for me is Cloud Top Cruise. I actually really enjoy that stage, just because, we were talking about Sky Garden and how I feel like Sky Garden is kind of like a poor man's version of Cloud Top Cruise. Sorry, Ash.
No, that's fair. It's a fair argument.
But I think Cloud Top Cruise just, makes the best use of all the cool stuff they've implemented into Mario Kart, over the decades. It's just a really fun track. I like the lightning strikes. I like, briefly hitting on an airship and then actually going through the clouds, and the big jump sequence in the middle of that track is just a really great moment for me. The next one, coming as no surprise to Derek at this point, I'm sure, is Coconut Mall. Love Coconut Mall so much. I think that it is just an all-time classic, and even the new version in DX, which I won't go into full detail in. If you want full detail, we'll have a video coming. But it feels close enough to the Wii version that all the little tricks that I remember from it held true for this one. So I just absolutely love the new rendition of Coconut Mall. But the Wii version is ultimately the better version. But wherever I can play it, I'm happy. And finally, my favorite one is the newcomer, Ninja Hideout. That is the best Mario Kart track, man. It's really good. The triple layer. I don't think I've ever seen like a 3-layered course before. So just the cool theming to it. The the Shy Guys dressed up as ninjas. It's perfect. Like, it's everything I wanted from a new Mario Kart track, and I hope that at least in each DLC pack we get one of similar quality, because that course alone made the first pack worth it for me.
Nice.
Man.
Cool. There's a lot of good ones, like looking through here, trying to like narrow it down for me, because I've not really thought of this question before, because there's a lot of good ones out there. But thinking over, looking at the lineup, number 3 for me would actually be DK Mountain from Double Dash. I love the theming. I love the getting launched how far, and then the trek down the mountain, the very rickety bridge on the way back. There's some fun things that can happen there. I don't know. DK Mountain's always just been a lot of fun. Plus, you can get some nice bumping going on. I don't know. It's a lot of fun. Number 2, it says, even though I didn't get to play it much, it says how good it is that it stuck out in my mind that much. Because I didn't have Mario Kart Wii when I was at the time. I just played it at a friend's zone a few times. But Maple Treeway, God, the theming of it,
that's a good one.
Every way it's all set up, loved it. It's just great. it's all but confirmed for the
course booster
DLC.
pass.
So I'm so down to see it in here as well. And finally, I mean, I feel like it'd be remiss, like, because I'm up there with you as well for Airship Fortress, Ash. That is top 5 easily. And I agree with Steve with how good a Ninja Hideaway is. Mm-hmm. But to change it up a bit and also to just be like, yeah, it is really that good. Waluigi Pinball, let's be honest. That's
I mean, that is a really good one.
It's a fantastic one. They brought it's so good. They brought it back in 7 without Waluigi. It was more important than
which is really weird. Yeah,
I know.
Yeah. Damn, you guys have given me a little too long to think about my number 3. I do love Sky Garden, but I might actually, it might just drop out of my top 3 because I had forgotten a few tracks. I was looking at some ones I had forgotten about for this question. Might have to go with either Mount Wario, and that's the only time I will ever say I love Wario in any context.
Mount Wario is close there for me too.
Mount Wario or Peach Gardens might be my number 3. I'm not sure, but I'm leaning toward Mount Wario, I think. I do love that track so much. It's especially like the last third of it when you've got all the jumps and the boosters going downhill, almost like you're skiing. It's really cool. I love that track. It's a lot of fun. But Sky Garden is definitely my top 5.
Nice.
Yeah. But well, that is all of our patron topics for the week. Thank you, everyone who submitted topics. And as always, we'll try to get to everybody's eventually, but we can only pick one topic per week, or else this show would go on forever. And we don't have forever. And on that note, let me check and see if we have any more super chats, because I've been focused on Mario Kart tracks. But we are nearing the end of episode 6 of the GVGCast. Let's see. Sorry, just waiting for this to load.
I don't think so.
It doesn't look like, So no more super chats, which means we are officially at the end of the show. Thank you all so much for hanging out with us this fine Friday. We love doing the show and just hanging out with all of you. So thank you so much. As always, we do have to give a special thank you to all of our patrons at the producer tier and above for helping to make this show happen, because without you, we couldn't do what we do. So thank you so much. But also, as always, we have to give an extra special thank you to all of our patrons at the executive producer tier and above. And those fine, incredible, amazing, wonderful folks include Brandon Bovia, Cutie Caitlin, Fangs, Dan and Twistle, Z Patty, Hyrule Hermit, Sky Blue Flames, Eastman 23, Adam O'Sullivan, Richard Herrera, Logan Daniel, The D-Pad, Vesmio, Waffle King, Birch 373, Critter XD, Kitty Kong Facts, Angel Martinez, Diogo, Joshua Hunter, Benny Yao, Sapphire, Azran127, Black King, Pagrema, Geller, Joseph Rutkin, Titus Malvolio, Geeky Griffin, Lucky Wonderfish, Kyle, Top Dog 23100, Young Ben Kenobi, Doug Showmix, Andrew Medeiros, Orem, Becca, Rocks the Cat, Killamox, Eddie V, Kai Ed, Kit Fisto, Kenneth Lee Stingle, Jessica Toad, Deaneth, Sci-Fi Lullabies, Michael McCaw, Niminator, Matthew Wong, Goron Amber, Straight Lace, Justin Matthews, Ubi, Too Much Spaghetti, Mega Conrad, Ascaron 809, Ryaner, Captain Finlandia, Nathan Steele, Spicy Pandotter, The Game Orb, Dano the Artist, Super Gamer Dude 101, Grantles, Ravelox, Synchro Lord, Rosa Pardo Bowling.
Hi, Mom. Thanks for helping with my finger, Mom. Love you, Mom.
Kane Woolley, Skull Kid Tiger, AJB Cool, Dark Steel 01, Jason Uloa, Jaden Buck, Phantom Project, Cystic Warrior 29, DJ Jurassic, Super Dank Awesome Unicorn Guy, Dinner Sonic, Darik, Jeff Ed, Nova the Artist, Blaystar 25, Stag Nasty, Mumbling Yeti, Cameron Sharp, Screamo Shaman, Mason Riley, Keel, Willow Pingree, Santi the Person, Brendan Hesse, Hustle Bun, Noah Fitterer, Calvin Atkinson, Ryan's Fault, Brainchild, Pat Pending, Jim Wakeland, Lauren Bond, Sridhar Ayala, and finally, last but certainly not least, Gavin Twaddle. Thank you all so much for your generosity in supporting everything we do here at Good Vibes Gaming. And if you'd like to know more about how you can get on that list or join us for the post show, which we're just about to go do, head on over to patreon.com/gvgaming and check out all the tiers we offer. We'd really appreciate that. But if you can't do that, we'd really just appreciate you liking and subscribing to our channel right here on YouTube. Every little bit truly does help. But with that said, we're off to the post show. Have a great weekend, everybody, and good night and good vibes. Bye.
Bye, everyone. They're alive. I swear they're moving. Bye.
That's right. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.